What's going on, 90s nerds? You're back with another episode of the 90s Vault podcast, and I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jeff.
What's going on, nerds? You're back with another episode of 90s Vault podcast, and today, I swear to God, we have a turkey-tastic episode, because with Thanksgiving right around the door, we got to just get our Thanksgiving episode in. Ain't that right, Jeff?
Absolutely. So, I didn't tell you this bit, but I came with the costume. Did you come with the costume?
I didn't come with the costume. What the fuck did you do today?
Hold on.
God damn it.
Yeah.
You know what?
So
I got a fucking co-host that's constantly trying to show me up. The fuck is going on here, man? That's what I'm fucking talking about, dude.
Oh, you can't cancel me. Hold on. I just
Pilgrim
lost
Martha. That's what I'm talking about. Doth yonder butter churned good, my lady?
Absolute.
Doth
Madame.
churn the butter like a bomb.
Yeah. See, unlike you, my Amazon came before you did.
Yeah. So I would have had some sweet Pilgrim PJs going on, a la son-in-law, but I kind of got fucked out of that one. Thanks a lot, Amazon. Really appreciate it. Jeff Bezos, really appreciate the fuck out of you on this one, man. Really great job dropping the ball on Amazon Prime, bro.
Well, that's what happens when we live out in Blythe, buddy.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? So it's basically like fucking living on Dagobah, but still, it's not that bad. You know what? But I would have had some sweet PJs going on right now.
You could have.
I would have been stylish and warm and snuggy. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, you didn't see this one coming, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I'm going to be honest. I thought you were going to be a fucking full-blown pilgrim, but I didn't see little like Auntie Mary coming out of the barn, man, but I'll take it. That's
my wife goes, "What is this?" When it came in bit, she goes, "Is this for your job?" I go, "Do I have a job?"
Well, now here's my secondary question. Does that get incorporated into late night activities now, man?
I hope so.
Do we take it back to doth candlelight? Milady, your ankles are looking doth sexy tonight. May I see thy shin? Let me see a little skin tonight.
You got to see this, buddy. It's nice.
Oh my God, I didn't even see that one coming.
Sorry.
Fuck. Oh my God.
If you're watching, if you can watch it, because what I'm wearing is phenomenal.
Yeah, so if you're not watching it, I can only describe it as he is literally wearing like an 1860s bonnet. Very stylish, very classy, very mindful, very demure.
Butter.
Oh, dude. Doth churn the best non-salted butter in the Tri-County.
It brings out my cheeks.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, you better watch it out. I'll call the Amish and have you brought right back, man. Do they even know you're online?
I hope so. Because they make a mean butter.
They make a hell of a fucking quilt. Dude, I'm going to be honest. They make a hell of a lot of it. Like, they have some amazing foods. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. It's absolutely delicious.
Fucking awesome.
So, like, with Thanksgiving coming right around the corner, man, like, there's so much to talk about, just from the different traditions that we had to the movies we watched, just everything that we did on that big day, and even the day after. So that's where I kind of want us to focus at today. So I think the first area we should really like pitter patter into is, let's talk about the dinner table, shall we?
Dinner table.
So you know what? I think it's no better opportunity than to talk about right now. Let's hit a little dinner talk for us, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
All right, buddy.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. All right, so I can't help it. I love anything Always Sunny in Philadelphia, anything with Charlie Day and Danny DeVito.
Anything with him is phenomenal.
Fucking amazing.
You kidding
But how
me?
can you not? Because that whole episode, all I could think about is like, Thanksgiving's about clearing the slate.
Yep.
It's about breaking bread, starting anew, and they just kept having all the fucked up metaphors where they're like, Charlie, what are you doing? He's like, I'm burying the hatchet. And he's just putting a hatchet in some sand. And they're like, Mac, what are you doing? He's like, I'm cleaning the slate. I think you guys have your meanings all fucked up here.
Oh.
But so like when we're really talking about Thanksgiving, like what were some of those things that like in your family, Jeff, that like you really look forward to, like at the dinner table, just even leading up to Thanksgiving?
You have those dinner tables, but did you eat dinner at the dinner table or did you guys go separate? So growing up, did you eat at the dinner table or did you eat separate? Like, did you go grab your Thanksgiving dinner and then take it to a different spot, or did you all sit down at a family dinner?
Well, so I remember growing up, we would always have Thanksgiving at my grandma's house. So we would always, say the Lord's Prayer. Thank you for this daily bread. Uh, we would do that, and we would go around and we would say what we were thankful for.
Yeah.
And that
Yep.
was the big tradition. But we all ate at the same table
Oh, you did?
for dinner.
Okay. For dinner?
We were all at the same table. But for dessert, that's when people would normally break off, and the cousins, like as I started getting older, the cousins would all go out and do some extracurriculars, if we will.
Foosball?
Yeah, sure, we'll call it that. We were outside trimming the hedges, but even as a kid, I remember like we would go and play. But even as you started getting older, you would go in the living room. We would have pecan pie, we'd have pumpkin pie and stuff, and we would start. Everybody, I think, pretty much would start watching the game on some context, like the football game.
Right. Absolutely.
You know.
So, but you actually sat down and had Thanksgiving dinner as a family.
Everybody, I remember it'd be like 8 of us stuffed around a little tiny wooden table, and everybody in the 80s probably had that one with the lion's feet, the carved lion's feet. So it was always cramped space, but everybody ate at the table for the main meal. What about you guys?
Yeah, no, same thing. Like we used to do the same exact thing. Sit down at the family table, pass all the, the fixins, and just eat. But like I said, or like we were talking about, before that, we used to go play a little foosball out front. So, that's where we went for that. But for the most part, ate everything. Did you eat? What'd you eat?
Okay, so I am like a full-blown man-child, man. Like, give me macaroni and cheese, give me mashed potatoes, give me meat, and give me a roll. And as a kid, I was pretty simple. But no, like, give me everything. Like, now today, as an adult, I will eat anything in front of me. I love me a good 3-bean casserole.
Oh, see, that's what's weird. Like
sweet potatoes.
Dude, okay, I want to stop you right there. Green bean casserole, I absolutely hated.
I hated it as a kid. I hated anything with green beans until I had a fresh one, like fresh green beans in it. And I was like, oh, game changer.
Dude, now that I'm older, I eat literally everything. There's not one thing that you cannot put. Okay, I'll put that. I'm lying right now because I will not eat Jell-O with.
What?
No, I will not eat Jell-O with who puts Jell-O with pineapple in there? I won't touch that.
So help me God. What?
Do you like that?
Oh my God. I will. I don't even know where to begin with you right now. I don't even know where to begin with you. Anything with Jell-O is decadent. I am an ambrosia man through and through. Like, give me pineapple, give me the coconut, the whipped cream, and the Jell-O. But then it even I'll throw this argument out here because we had a relative that she always had this famous salad. She called it a salad. She would die on that hill 100% of the time. I have this salad that I make for the holidays, and it's called, wait for it, pretzel salad.
What you put in it?
So what it was a layer of Jell-O, pretzels, and then whipped cream. Okay, here's my argument that I always would throw out as a kid. That's a dessert. That's not a salad. But she would put it on the plate, like on a separate plate, as like a side salad. Would you,
would you would put that on top of your turkey?
Apparently she would die on this hill that this is a salad. It's like if I just took like 5 pounds of carne asada and threw it in a bowl and threw some ranch on it, be like, this is salad. Same principle in my eyes, but.
Are you kidding me?
No, 100%, like not even fucking with you. And so as I start looking into this, I guess there is a population of people in the same realm of people that don't know like a Dorito is just a corn chip, which I don't even know how that's fucking possible. But there's a group of people back east that this is a traditional, I would call it a dessert, but it is like a side.
Side of what?
A side of fucking weird is what I say, but who am I to judge? It's good as fuck. Like, it was salty, it was creamy, and, whatever flavor Jell-O, so it was good, but it would always fuck with me. They'd be like, hey, like, have some salad. And it's like, nah, I don't want salad. I'm going to wait for dessert. And it's like, fuck. So,
All right, but we're going straight into this. But what was your favorite Thanksgiving? Not favorite Thanksgiving, but your favorite meal for Thanksgiving.
oh, so like, what was my go-to dish at the
Yeah,
table?
your go-to dish. What would you go into? Like manhandle.
All right, so let's
Give it to
just be honest. Let's take turkey totally out of it. Turkey and ham,
Turkey,
because
ham,
those are
that's
pretty much a
gone.
given for most people. So we'll take the proteins out of it. So we're really just talking about sides, right?
Yeah. Well, if you want to, you can
Yeah,
go
I mean,
sides or
like,
not go sides, dude.
yeah, like
I don't care where you want to
fuck
go with
around with
this.
anything other than protein is where my thought process goes. So like my go-to, like if I'm putting something next to my turkey, probably be the mac and cheese. It'd probably be my grandmother's mac and cheese, followed by like
I love
sweet,
a dirty mac and cheese.
like yams, like
The yams. Oh,
yeah, just like candied yams, and then
good call.
like to finish it off, it's gotta be those rolls, and you know which one I'm talking about.
Hawaiian?
No, fuck. Before there was any of that shit,
You're not
just
Hawaiian was
where
Hawaiian?
they were just like yeast rolls, white ass dinner rolls, and I don't even know what they were, but they would only come out like right before Thanksgiving and Christmas, and they were fucking amazing, and they just came in the little
I'm pretty sure those
little
Hawaiian rolls.
no, I'll find the picture. I'm going to be honest. I just call them generic dinner rolls, but those things slapped. They made the best Thanksgiving sandwiches afterwards, man. You get a little mashed potato, get a little fucking mac and cheese, some ham, some turkey on there, some gravy.
How would you eat your Thanksgiving? Would you just mash everything together and just kind of just
basically just like kamikaze that shit? Like, nah.
Like a
No, honestly, I'm very methodical when I eat. So like I gotta have proportions. I don't like shit touching. I like things to be very like even, and like if I'm eating a sandwich, like it's gotta be like quartered off, and like every bite's gotta be almost exact. So no, and same thing. Like if I've got to have the same amount of mashed potatoes and mac and cheese. So every bite is like that right bite. And it just screws with my brain. But I honestly just like building sandwiches, like making little mini sliders out of them, taking the rolls. And that's always what I just look forward to, and doing that. What about you?
No, that's good. For me, it would be, I literally stuff everything into a roll and just eat it. That's what I do.
Nice.
And then growing up with my parents, we would used to, do the whole family tradition, sit down at the dinner table, obviously, and like, everyone got together and had a good time. But we used to just separate. It was weird. It's like, oh, everyone goes their other way. We never sat at the dinner table, really, to be honest with you. We never really did. It was more, here's your shit, go eat. We all went our separate ways. Somebody watched football. Somebody was just playing the background, and that's where that went. But
everybody just fuck off.
Yeah, here's your food. Dinner is ready. Everyone was just, fuck. Mom would be slamming over the turkey dinner for what?
30 hours for just 17 minutes of fucking chaos.
And everyone's just yelling at each other.
Hey, I get that. And you know what? Like even then, so like I remember just growing up and like you were saying, having like Thanksgiving and Christmas were loud.
Yeah. Loud.
Everybody in the house was just loud. And so when I think of it, I always think of that scene in Home Alone where everybody's just in the house that first night.
Oh,
when Joe Pesci shows up, and it's just chaos. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. It's just everybody's all over, and it's what the hell are we doing? What time are we eating tomorrow? Nobody knows. Like the left hand doesn't tell the right.
Super stressful, right?
Right. And you know what? Even more so,
for a dinner.
Right. I never understood like how my grandmother like made stuff like that happen. Like how she made it look so effortless. How she got everybody together, and how again she just was calm, cool, and collected. And it's like, what the fuck?
And again, it's like, to be honest with you, it's Thanksgiving is trying to get family together, and you got 5 different families. Like, which family do you go to? Do we go to my mom's house? Do you go to your brother's house? Like, not every family's together. And then you were back in the day, it was like, are we all doing the same thing or do we go separate ways? Like,
No,
it's
we
more,
all
it's,
like
it's more of, like, oh, let's go to my mom's house. Let's go to my dad's house. It depends, like, if you're separated, you don't have
right.
people that are separated, but
Like no, like in our family, it was just everybody came to grandmother's house. So there's like 15 to 20 people there for any holiday, and it'd even be like friends. Like
oh yeah.
people like from the
hmm
neighborhood would come
Yeah.
over.
hmm
Like my friend Holcomb would come over. There'd be my friend Dan, Eric, Robbie would come over. Like
Yeah.
people that lived next door would come over to my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for like dessert, and then they would bring stuff over. And so it was just really amazing
Well,
times.
well, that's the good thing about Thanksgiving is like everyone overlooks it because everyone goes straight from Halloween to Christmas. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I think Thanksgiving is a little overlooked. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, definitely. But
Yeah,
you know what? Like
a little.
leaning into like being an adult, like even you may not have family around close,
Yeah.
but I remember loving doing the Friendsgivings
Oh,
that
the
we did.
Friendsgiving.
I remember we had a
Yeah.
Friendsgiving that had like 60 people there, and everybody just brought a dish, and it
The,
was absolutely phenomenal. And
the,
we even brought our parents,
yeah.
and it was like,
The
wow.
only thing I don't like about Friendsgiving is they have a lot of them, and I had a few of them already, so I'm already Thanksgiving out. Like I literally had Thanksgiving already. So
You've been
yeah.
Friendsgiving
So
since the
now I'm not
first
buying
week.
a turkey. I'm not buying a turkey this year. I'm buying a pot, like a steak. I'm doing steak and mashed potatoes. That's all I want now.
Well, you know what? So I think that is like probably like a perfect transition into like my next question is like different traditions, because I know different houses with different ethnicities and cultures
Mm-hmm.
and just populations of people. We all have our different cultural traditions
Yeah.
that we bring to the table, but then we also have a lot of our non-traditional ones. Like,
Well, let me put it this way. So at work, we had a pot roast or did our Thanksgiving thing. Everyone brought their own stuff. We have such a diversity workplace. It was Asian, it was Mexican, it was American. So like I was like, I don't even know where to start, dude. Like
yeah,
they brought. I was like, I'm a big Asian. Like I love Asian food, so I pretty much put all the Asian food
who
on my
doesn't?
shit, and maybe one turkey slice.
Who isn't? I swear to God, like I am a bao bun and a dumpling whore. Like if I see dumplings, I just
Somebody
tee off.
bit. Somebody brought pot stickers, homemade pot stickers. I was like, yes. I was beyond ecstatic about it.
Gyoza.
And she
My
brought the
God.
dipping sauce. I was like,
See now, and that's
what's
fire.
a turkey? I go, what's a turkey? I don't want a
Right.
turkey anymore.
But that even like brings up that discussion. So like some people don't like to do a turkey, man.
No,
I know for
I'm
me
done.
personally, I know traditionally you should do a turkey. I like doing like prime rib for Thanksgiving.
So I just bought a
I
prime rib.
don't know if that's like out of the box or
No.
whatever, but a good prime rib is just fucking delicious.
So I just bought a prime rib. We just ordered one. It's like a 18-pounder because so my wife was like, "Oh, what do you want to do this year?" I go, "I don't want to do turkey because I'm turkeyed out already. Let's go meat." So we did a prime rib. We'll see how that comes out.
Hey, nice,
I'm
man.
in charge of that. Obviously, you can see from my hat, I'll be in charge.
Hey, dude, so check this out. For Thanksgiving this year, I was looking into a chirp. If you don't know what a chirpumple is, this son of a bitch is like a fucking exercise in physics. It is a yellow cake with a cherry pie stuffed inside. It is a apple pie wrapped around a white cake. It is a pumpkin pie stuffed inside of a spice cake. And then all three are layered. And then this son of a bitch is frosted.
Is that an orgasm pie?
Pretty much. Think of it like a dessert turducken.
I would call that an orgasm pie.
Yeah. Oh my God. So I was looking into this thing and it looks like a heart attack. It looks like a combination. Instead of it being pies, it's like heart attack, diabetes, stroke, wrapped in buttercream. But I was looking at that son of a bitch. But I was thinking about doing like a good prime rib this year. But I even remember like
Well,
back
that's
in
what
the
I.
day.
Well, that's where I went. That's where
Yeah.
exactly where I went. I'm like, you know what? I bought a prime rib, 18-pounder. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Let's not do a turkey this year. Let's have fun. But back in 1995, we always had to do the turkeys.
Right.
We always had to have the stuffing. We always had to have the yams. We always had to have
Always.
this. I don't know.
Everything was traditional back in the day. Like you couldn't do anything that was like that broke from that.
No, you
Especially
couldn't.
like in your family. Like you can't
No.
just be like all of a sudden one year be like, I'm gonna try a fucking
Yeah.
scallop potatoes. Like, nah, you
No.
like Thanksgiving is for tried and true tested things, not like experimental shit.
No, you always had that one family member that always brought that one thing to the table. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You
dude.
always had that one family member that would be like, I'm bringing this. This is what I specialize. This is what I specialize in, and I'm bringing it. And you
Dude.
liked it too.
We used to have a friend that his mom would put ranch in the potatoes.
Like ranch dressing?
Like ranch, like the packet, would put that in there. And we had to like tell her, no. Like, stop that shit.
Ew.
Stop that. Like, it was just, it threw us off. It threw everybody off. And so it's like, no, stick with, here's the recipe. Just do, Nan gave you the recipe. My grandma gave you the information. Just do what you need.
Yeah.
You do what it says.
Yeah. So did you have any like super family recipes? Because I don't think I did. I think my aunt had one. It was like the stuffing, but she tricked me because I was like, oh, this is the best stuffing ever. But she would buy the box stuffing and then add her own shit to it.
No, like my grandma, my grandmother had a massive wooden box of recipes that were handed down from her grandmother. So they've probably got to be like 150 years old. I have those recipes. So
Really?
I have them now. And so there are just some fire ones in there. For Christmas, I'll make like wassail, which is just like German apple cider. There's some amazing like good cornbread stuffing and a sourdough stuffing in there. There's some amazing brines that her grandmother has made for the turkeys and the hams. There's so many amazing things. And that's just on the food side of stuff, now, let alone on the desserts. I mean, we're talking homemade Mounds bars and almond joys. And so that's where I love those so much. I got a lot of shit in the Halloween one for liking those candies, but also like homemade Mounds bars, like Buckeye balls, which are pretty much just like Reese's peanut butter balls. And so we would just make all that shit. But yeah, like everything my grandmother made was from scratch.
Yeah, so that's cool. So should we get into what you liked and what you didn't like?
Yeah, let's
do that. I feel like we should.
Shit, wrong.
Could be the same one. I don't know. Just hit a bumper. Figure that one out. But anyway, so what was your dislikes and what was your favorite?
So like my dislike genuinely would probably be like anything green beans growing up.
You didn't like green beans?
No, it wasn't until I started eating fresh green beans as an adult that I actually learned to love them. As a kid, apparently every time I had them, they were from cans, and the texture, the taste, not a fan. So
not too fan.
What about you? What was your hated one?
My hated one, it would have to be green beans too, unfortunately. But the funny thing is, I do like them now. That's weird. Like I hated green beans.
Oh, they say your tastes change every like 7 years.
If we're going for food, like other than that, like I said before, who does Jello? Jello pudding. Or not Jello pudding. No, Jello with pineapple in it.
I would do
it. About Jello with pineapple, like the mold.
Yeah,
chat. What else would they put in there?
Chat, drop down in the comments. Let us know, man. Like, what are your thoughts on this? Like, fruit in Jello, yay or nay? So,
but what else would they put in the Jello, though?
I mean, it could be worse. It could be like a little baby Jesus. Whoever gets a slice has to make it next year. No, like, so I mean, maybe I grew up in the 60s and like 70s, like in the thought process, because they fucking molded everything.
But they would
put like ham in Jello and shit and mold it and be like, yeah, we got a fucking 14 meat Jello mold.
There's another one. Let me go no more. There's another one. When I first met my wife, I came over Thanksgiving and her grandmother put out celery stick with Cheese Whiz with fucking raisins on it.
What the fuck? That's like a
ant on a stick, they called it. I went and looked at her. I go,
she called it ants on a stick?
That's what they called it.
It's supposed to be peanut butter. What the fuck?
No, it was fucking whiz.
What the fuck?
I'm not even fucking with you, dude. When I first met her, I went to the family Thanksgiving, and it was celery stick.
I almost want you to go get her right now and be like, there has to be an intervention on this. The fuck?
This was I almost went like, I'm out of this. I don't want to be part of this family.
Are we talking like Cheese Whiz, or are we talking like the cheese in the can?
No, cheese in the can. Cheese Whiz.
Okay. Oh, no.
Whiz.
So there's different. Cheese Whiz is in the jar. That's a little bit, but it was the cheese in the can,
cheese in the can.
Okay, then my brain can wrap around that.
No. It was in the can. I'm sorry. It was spread out, and they put raisins on top of it.
That's a curveball right there, man. I wasn't ready for that. That's not ants on a log. That's, oh my God.
That's what they called it.
Natalie, we're gonna talk about this. God damn it.
I told Natalie, I go, honey, this might be I don't think I have to marry you now.
Okay, chat, what do we call this? If peanut butter, raisins, and celery are ants on a log, what do we call celery, cheese, whiz, and raisins? Give us a name for this.
Give us a name for that one. But do you know what I'm talking about, though?
I know exactly what you're talking about, but that's like a Twilight Zone version. That's like a Bizarro, like a twisted alternate reality version.
I'm not even joking.
Like ants on a log.
I looked at her and I go, and the funny thing is, they did it again. Like, I'm not even talking about last year.
So it wasn't just for like funny or like satire. It's like real deal. It
was legit.
That's their fucking move.
I went like this. I went, nope, I'm out. I'm fucking out. There's no fucking way I'm drinking. There's no way I'm fucking eating that.
And you're raising kids with them. The fuck?
I know. Trust me. When I saw fucking celery stick with Cheese Whiz, not Cheese Whiz, but what you said, just spread on there with fucking raisins on top, and went,
you know what? Hey,
I should probably run. Run.
You chose her. You chose, man.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, the funny thing is, she will not let me down because she laughed so fucking hard when I was like, what the fuck is it? So that would be my least favorite, and Jello.
My God.
My favorite would be, I do like turkey. Do you like the dark, or do you like the light?
Oh, I'm a dark meat man.
Are you really?
Yeah, I love me some dark meat.
Oh shit!
Get rid of that white meat. I love me some juicy.
I like my
dark
white meat, but I do like the dark meat, so I do like a 50-50. You know what I mean?
Nah.
You like the dark meat? It's more gamey. You like the gamey stuff?
Nah, like, dude, I like my turkey like I love my women's, man. Little on the juicy, darker side, man. So, like I said, get rid of that white meat, man. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Are you kidding me?
No, dude. You
don't like the white meat. You like the black.
If I had that preference, I'll take me a good thigh. Like, I'll take me a leg. I like me some dark meat, man. I like. It's a little bit juicier, a little bit more flavorful.
Oh, it's more gamey, but you're okay.
Nah. But no, like my go-to, like for me, is like definitely probably like the mac and cheese. Always just looking
I love the mac and
forward
cheese.
to the mac and cheese.
I like my meat. I like my mac and cheese. And I love my mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Love me some mashed potatoes.
And then like hot take, I looked forward every year to like my mom's deviled eggs. And I still do. Love a good deviled egg, man.
You know what? I make a mean one, dude. Next time we see each other, I will make you a mean deviled egg. I make a mean one.
We'll have a devil off, man. Fuck it. I'll hit you with my deep fried deviled eggs.
Ooh.
Yeah, that game changer. You deep fry, so you scoop everything out.
I like spicy.
See, so I do a deviled egg flight. I'll do 6, and I'll do like different flavors. Maybe like a jalapeno one. Do like a smokehouse. Do a southwestern one. Do a habanero. Do a fucking wasabi.
You son of a bitch.
I may not drink, but I love me the eats, man. So instead of doing a margarita flight or a beer flight, I'm having me a deviled egg flight.
I love deviled eggs, dude.
I do too.
I am like the biggest deviled egg fan. Is it deviled eggs or devil eggs?
I deviled. Or I don't
Is it
know.
like
So
the devil or is it the?
no, I always think of it as devil because they're sinful. Yeah, that's the good stuff right there.
That's true.
But no, so like I feel like deviled eggs are like game changer in like
Game
2000. Well, in
So
2024, like I want me so bad like that Japanese 7-Eleven egg sandwich.
yeah,
That's the closest I'm gonna get to it. But I love me like a good egg sandwich and a good deviled egg, dude. Like
you are a man of my
it's
own heart. So at least we can get along with something because I love fucking deviled eggs. And
like
I love
if I
egg
ever
sandwich.
see, well, if I ever
Love
see
it.
them on like restaurant menus, I will always just be like, huh.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's a
Yes, sir,
fucking
please.
it's a bold move. It's a bold move for a restaurant to be like, we're gonna do a deviled.
Yeah, but how are your farts after that?
Hey, you know what? Well, you don't. They're horrible. They're god awful. I sleep in the living room. But dude, that's a fucking bold move, dude. That's a power move. When you see
Power move for
when
sure.
you see a fucking deviled egg on an appetizer menu, you're like, these son of a bitches, dude. It's either going to be god awful or it's going to be absolutely phenomenal.
Give me more. You know?
So like now when we start talking about like some of those traditions, like did you guys have any traditions like after like Thanksgiving, like that night or
Yeah,
like the next day?
Yeah, at a young age, I learned how to gamble because my family used to play dice. So,
Like what, Yahtzee?
not even Yahtzee.
They were like fucking shooting dice like in
No,
the
I'm
back?
talking everyone giving me ones. I'm like, well, I was like 10 years old. Hey Jeff, here's $10. I go, what's $10? I didn't know what $10 was right at the time. And they would just be just dicing things. I'm like, but you have to get a certain number. I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is. And I would
playing
win.
7-Eleven.
My family's a huge gambler fucking family. So
Shooting them dice out there.
dude, we were shooting dice. That's what we would do after dinner. And then
Hey,
we'd play it was all money games afterwards. It was so much fun though.
So that's why you would always play dice with Jeff Salcido. Fucking
I did.
A. Like I
You
always
remember
wondered.
that?
Yeah. Oh, dude. Jeff, you were
Jeff?
both Jeffs. This Jeff, my Jeff, and
Yeah.
Jeff Salcido, my other
Mhm.
brother. Dude, he was a fucking beast.
He was a
on
dice player,
He
wasn't
could
he?
clickety clack on them bitches, dude. Fucking just
So
make it
I think
rain.
we grew up in the same area where our families would play dice games afterwards. I mean, what did you do?
So my mom, I don't even know where it was, and I don't even want to say it was like a weird tradition, but my mom had this weird tradition that we would finish eating, and when we would finish eating, we would go see, like if we finished eating at like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, we would go see the 7:30 movie, whatever movie it was.
Okay, that's fucking cool.
And so some years it would be like Ace Ventura, some years it would be like You've Got Mail, or
Whatever was out at the time, right?
yeah, it would just be whatever the
Okay.
next movie was.
You know what, dude? There's a lot of people that do that. Like that's their tradition. They go out and see a movie right after they eat Thanksgiving dinner.
Right.
You
I
know?
guess my mom was a frontier.
That's cool.
She was game changing it before that was even a term. But no, like my mom would we would go see the movie, and then on the way there we would stop at because everybody remembers it, Sweet F Factory back in the day, and we would get like a half pound of candy, whatever you wanted, and we would just go see that movie.
Yeah.
But here's where the kicker comes in. Normally we'd hop to another movie. So we'd go for like a
your mom knew how to work the system.
My mom was a savage. I love her to death. That's where I got my moves from. But
you know what? I love the fact that you said the sweet candy, the what was it? The sweet candy factory.
Yeah, the Sweet F Factory. Like,
oh, dude,
I absolutely like. If I ever find them, I don't even know if they're still around. But if they are Sweet F Factory, like, hit me up, dude. Like we'll like sponsor us, man. Like,
yeah, and I would eat your candy still because it was phenomenal. When I would do the same thing before we go to a movie. We always hit that place up. I'd fill up my bag and then weigh it. I'm like, was that really like $10?
Right? I remember like my favorite thing were those peachy penguins, the gummy penguins.
Oh, I like the gummy sharks.
Anything gummies. Anything gummy, man.
Gummy sharks. I used to eat the gummy sharks, and then they wait. I would eat like 40 of them before I even put them on the scale.
Oh yeah, they said don't sample, but
Yeah, don't sample.
I
Guess what I was doing?
definitely, I was illiterate when I walked in there because I sampled everything.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I couldn't do that, officer.
Yeah, I had no idea. So that was
Yeah,
always a game changer
yeah,
for us. But then even just like going out and just going for walks after we ate, we just go and would walk the cove and
yeah. No,
just go and have a
absolutely.
good time.
That's what we do. A walk out. You got to walk that dinner off, have fun. Play a little football every once in a while. But and then you always try to find what they had that Thanksgiving parade you'd watch on TV.
Oh yeah.
There wasn't too much movies, right? There wasn't too much movies to watch.
Yeah, I can't remember there being anything like crazy in particular. I
Yeah,
remember there'd be like the Thanksgiving Day parade.
yeah.
There'd be some simple stuff,
You
but
know,
really it would really just be up to your family to like put something on, like
yeah.
put a movie on.
I mean, the
You
only
know?
thing Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving was one of the things that we used to
Yeah.
watch.
Like really, let's be honest, from like Halloween till like New Year's, like Charlie Brown pretty much like ruled that realm growing up with
Yeah,
the Great Pumpkin,
yeah,
Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and like one of the greatest ones of all, the Charlie Brown Christmas.
yes.
They
And
fucking
then,
ruled that
and that
roost.
brings up another point. When do you start putting up Christmas?
Do you want my genuine answer? Do you want the one that'll look good for camera?
To be honest, because I want to know. When do you
It was
start? So you have
it was up the
between
night. It was
Halloween.
up the day after Halloween.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we just transitioned right from Nightmare Before Christmas, Halloween, right into Nightmare Before
Okay,
Christmas, Christmas.
I was okay. That again is. Do you still watch Nightmare Before Christmas?
Oh fuck yeah!
So is that a Christmas movie or is that a Halloween movie?
I will call that a transitional movie. It's
Because
a
it's a
gap.
both or
It's a gap movie.
it's a gap movie.
It's a bridger.
Because you can
It's
watch
bridger.
either or, right?
Mhm.
Like you
You
can
can
watch
take it any way you want it,
Oh,
but like if you really read the book, it's a Christmas movie. If you really read the book, because the
okay.
book doesn't have a lot of the other characters. It has a
I
very
get it.
simple
Well, because it says
storyline.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Well,
It doesn't
really,
say anything.
yeah.
It doesn't mention anything about Halloween.
Really in the book, I think there's only like 3 characters: Jack, Santa Claus, and I
Yeah,
want to say Zero or someone else.
yeah,
But there's a lot of characters that weren't in it. So I would say that, but then it even brings us up to like what were some of those movies that like you guys put on for Thanksgiving? What were
yeah.
those ones that you guys watched?
I mean, for me, it would be. Was it trains? Was it?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Yeah, that one.
Gotta love John Candy and Dale
John
Webb.
Candy, dude.
One of the greatest characters and most annoying characters of Dale Webb.
It's
But
gotta
then
be.
it's like that movie is just so fucking amazing. And I don't think it's as much credit as it really should. Like Steve Martin and John Candy
Oh, Steve
were a
Martin.
fucking phenomenal team.
Like,
Like they were really, let's be honest, like a David Spade and Chris Farley before there was David Spade and Chris Farley.
that's a good way to put it. But
If they would have if John would have been around longer, they could have done so much more stuff. Like, could
exactly.
you imagine like Father of the Bride? Like Father of the Bride Part 1
No,
and 2, like
no,
having John Candy in it, like because
no,
they were legit friends. So
no.
I'll dig on that one. But like we always used to do like the Candy trio. So we would have Planes, Trains, and Automobiles would definitely
Yep.
be in there. But then we'd
hmm
also have The Great Outdoors
Yeah.
and Uncle Buck. And
Uncle
so we
Buck was
just
a good one.
dude, I'm going to be honest. My favorite one besides Plane, Trains, and Automobiles was easily the Great Outdoors with Dan Aykroyd
Oh, Great Outdoors.
and John Candy, the old 96er. Like,
The shit they get away with
what
was
would you
insane.
throw in if I could get a dessert down him? Like everything just about like John Candy was phenomenal. And so like when I think of Thanksgiving, like that's where my brain pops in is
hmm
with John Candy.
Yeah.
And then the other weird one was because Ed O'Neill kind of ruled the 90s. And so I remember watching Little Giants and Married with Children. But then
Yeah.
one of my friend's dads introduced me to the movie of his Dutch. And I absolutely just fell in love with that movie because it was like It was Ed. It was fucking Bundy.
Yeah.
It was fucking Ed Bundy. Why can I
Al,
not think of his name? Al Bundy,
Al
but
Bundy.
on the
But it was
big
his,
screen, like with a step kid. Man, that just shows I'm getting old. I'm starting to have memory issues. Jesus.
well, you are 40.
God darn, man. And now I'm a whole
Yeah.
whopping 41.
Yeah.
But no, so what about you? What were some of those other movies for you?
I mean, like I said, the only thing I remember watching, there wasn't too many. So it was more of like, the Charlie Brown. And then my parents would always put on the Macy's parade.
Okay.
The
Definitely.
Macy's parade was always on.
That one was a
So
big one just to
it was
see like
huge. Like the Macy's parade was huge.
what was going to be the new floats,
Yeah. You're always,
the new floating.
they don't have that anymore.
No, I
Do
mean,
they?
no, they do. This year, they were actually introducing a brand new Goku from Dragon Ball Z
shit.
balloon. Yeah, I remember watching the Macy's Day Parade when they had the Barney that popped. That one
Oh.
was an epic meltdown. Like there were some brutal ones like growing up,
Barney
but no,
popped?
yeah. So there's a epic video, and I'll put a little clip up on it that like Barney's just being pulled along the street, and it's a really windy day, and he hits one of those light poles, and it
Shit.
just gashes his face, and then you just see him just rip in half, and he just deflates, and this massive balloon just drops out of the sky.
Shit, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. Like watching, I want to say it was like late '80s, early '90s. It was like when Barney first got really big, because those are signs. Like when you make the Macy's Day Parade,
Yeah,
because
that's a big deal.
yeah, because I mean, the last couple of years, I'm an anime fan, and so they've had like Luffy from One Piece. They've had Goku a couple times this year. They're going to have Goku in his Super Saiyan Blue mode, and so it's just going to be really cool because this year is the anniversary of the passing of Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z. Rest in peace. And so it's just kind of like The Simpsons. When you make the Macy's Day Parade, it's like making The Simpsons. You know you've made it.
Yeah.
You're
like,
iconic now.
Well, you make the Macy's parade, you definitely made it.
Yeah.
So.
You're literally made into a balloon.
Yeah.
So you're permanent.
Well, to be honest with you, I want to go back to when we should start celebrating Christmas. So you said you put up your shit when?
I put in mine, dude, the day after Halloween. So Halloween ended by the next day's night. Things were already, the inside was already up. Christmas tree was already up. The lights were already up.
You don't do any transition. Like my wife literally put up all like the Thanksgiving like fall shit.
No.
The only thing that sucks between that, because it's not going to last very long.
We show no respect to the Turkeyday. We show no respect, dude, to the holiday. We will eat your food and we will steal your energy, but we give no representation, man.
Yeah. So this year I plan on, on Turkey Day, I'm going to hang up the Christmas lights on Turkey Day. When do you buy your Christmas tree? Do you already have it?
Our Christmas tree was up the day after Christmas.
Do you have a fake one?
Yeah.
Do you do fake one or do you do a real one?
Yeah, we do a fake one. Like it just with having animals, it's just a lot easier for us, and yeah, just a lot better. I just personally like it. Plus, like, why would I want to go spend like $150 to $300 a year at like one of those tree lots? Those guys are only one step above fucking like carnies.
I'm quitting the show.
I got a Douglas fir over here for you, $450. But this guy over here, he's eyeing you, so you better get it now. Otherwise, he might take home your fucking tree over here.
I love it.
It's the only Douglas fir I've got left on the lot.
You're 100% right, but I always do a real one. But let's talk about this for Christmas episode.
Are you one of those fuckers that pay to have it snowed?
Oh, fuck no.
Okay. All right.
We're not going to talk about this now. Let's talk about Thanksgiving.
If I'm going to get a real tree, I'm going to fucking National Lampoon this shit, dude. Yeah. I am going to.
I want critters coming out of it, dude.
But we're going out into the middle of nowhere, a 3-hour trek to find the perfect tree, and we're bringing this home.
That's what I said. So Thanksgiving is like the middle between, Halloween's awesome, right?
Yeah.
And then you got Thanksgiving, and then you got Thanksgiving, and then you got Christmas. It's like, Thanksgiving is kind of more of the, I don't know, what, stepchild? of
Thanksgiving,
holidays?
yeah, Thanksgiving is like the Harry Potter of holidays. And I say that and it just kind of gets like put underneath the stairs, like between
Yeah.
Halloween and
Yeah.
frickin' Christmas.
Yeah.
But like I'm gonna be honest, like as I start getting older, I start recognizing like what really like Thanksgiving is about.
Yeah.
It's about family. It's about
It
sharing
is.
things that
It,
you're grateful for. And
it is. But
because I never understood it. I always just was like, oh, it's food,
yeah.
you know?
Well, it kind of bundles up with like, okay, fine, we can't do Thanksgiving together with your family, but then you can do your other family, right?
Right.
So it's like, okay, we got Thanksgiving, and then we have Christmas. And they're kind of the same, right? Like you have the same kind of meal together, or am I wrong?
Well, for us, we always try to. So I remember my family, it was always just ham. Like
I fucking love ham.
Thanksgiving had turkey and ham, and Christmas was like a roast beef or a prime rib and a ham, or just a ham. Or we would sometimes do a turkey, but it was mainly more ham on that one. So it was crazy, but like I even remember like the big things were like what we would do like with everything like the leftovers of it, like just the random stuff.
Like what kind of random stuff?
So like in my family, like definitely we would have the leftover sandwiches, but then my grandma would even make for like
Let's get into the leftovers.
Oh yeah. Like when we start talking about leftovers, like definitely.
Like how long did it last you? For me, at least 3 or 4 days. And then you're like, all right, I'm over it. I want Chinese food.
So honestly, probably like I'd probably have like 2 weeks worth of turkey, maybe like because
2
we would,
weeks?
yeah, because we had a big enough family that there'd probably be either like one or maybe two turkeys
Yeah, but
plus
when
ham.
when do you stop eating the leftovers?
So about like the first of the year. So whatever turkey and stuff was left, like the turkey necks and stuff like that, my grandma would make what's called money beans with them. So money beans was just a tradition that if you eat it on New Year's Eve, it's a very humble meal. Very back in the day, it just if you didn't have a lot of money, it was something you could make. It's just black-eyed peas that are stewed down with like a ham hock and some
Not the
turkey
band.
necks and stuff. And you eat that on New Year's, and it's said to give you good fortune in the coming year. So whatever we would have left, we would dump in there, and that's when it would end, is January 1st or December 31st.
Okay, so you're telling me you ate Thanksgiving all the way till New Year's?
Pretty much.
Holy shit!
Pretty much. Well, I mean, mainly like the turkey and the ham, the meats, the mac and cheese, the mashed potatoes, all that stuff would be gone within like a couple days.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. What about for you guys?
Shit, are you kidding me? I would eat it. We would eat it all until it was gone. So I would literally eat everything for 3 days, and then I'm done.
And then George Washington would go back out to the battlefield?
Yes.
And leave you to tend to the house, Martha?
Yeah, I would have to tend to the butter. I would have to turn the butter.
You'd have to tend to the fields in
I'd have to do the butter. I'd have to just do the butter.
Hey, they say behind every good man, there's a good woman. And behind George Washington was a good woman like Martha Washington here.
It was phenomenal.
While he was out doing his shit, she was out there tending the fields at Mount Vernon, bro. She was a good woman. I don't know why, but like that clip from Dazed and Confused just like popped in my brain.
Oh, it's totally fun.
But like, it just, it starts making me think of everything, because now one of the greatest things that comes up with Thanksgiving, and I think this is the reason it gets overshadowed, is nothing better than Black Friday.
Oh, Black Friday.
Oh my God. And so, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get right into it, right?
Oh, dude, Black Friday.
We need this.
I can't believe it.
Oh, monster.
Oh, totally about
Not the
Friday.
gumdrop button.
So is Black Friday a thing?
I don't think you can really call it a thing
Is
in
it a thing
2024.
anymore?
But no, because now you have Cyber Monday, you have freaking like pre-Black Friday.
Amazon's already doing something. But
Funko has already done Black Friday.
But how cool was or not Cyber? I'm sorry. How cool was Black
Dude,
Friday?
If you had a mom and dad that went out into the war zone that was Black Friday and battled, dude, they are legends. They speak of stories and tales, dude.
Dude, to
Parents
be
have
honest,
lost eyes and limbs and fingers on
to be
Black Friday for those Cabbage Patch dolls and Tickle Me Elmos.
to be honest, Black Friday, really? I don't even think my parents ever did Black Friday, to be honest with you. I mean, that I know of, because I was too young to understand
We
that.
always looked forward to it. My mom would go do it, and it was just sheer brutality. It was amazing, dude. You watch people at their finest out on Black Friday, dude.
Oh, really?
That's like the mark of who a true human being is. You see what they're worth when there's that TV standing in between you and them. How bad does your granny want that TV? Not badder than my mama.
I don't know.
Dude, I guarantee there are some parents out there that have some war wounds to share from those stories. That is Black Friday.
I have to call my mom on that one and see if she actually did that.
Dude.
I mean, I saw a lot of videos on TV about it constantly, but I don't think she ever actually.
No, like it was, I mean, even specific shit, but then even, I remember like my first Black Friday, like when I just went to try to do it, man, savagery. Dude, it was like, I was so overwhelmed. Like Black Friday is a different beast in itself. Or let me phrase that. He's in early 2000, Black Friday was a different beast itself.
Yeah.
It was sheer, just, oh my God.
Chaos.
Unadulterated chaos, dude. It's like, you would see like a granny pushing her 3 kids in a shopping cart, looking like they're jousting through a crowd of people. It's just madness, man. You'd watch some guy get ragdolled for like a sewing machine or like that Cabbage Patch doll.
I would always watch that on TV. I would be like, who are these fucking people? Because I'm like, there's people that do this?
There are people that do it, man.
I've waited like, at Best Buy for like PlayStation 2 to drop and just sit there waiting, but I never fucking slapped anybody to get it.
Bro, I'm a Disney adult, and so we have our passes. People do that to like get into Disney quicker. They're like fighting to get to the front. You would think it's like a Taylor Swift concert. They're trying to get in there, and then you just watch these people get trampled.
I just never got into how people would be like, Black Friday is like the reject stuff too. It's not even like, oh, it's a sale thing. No, it's like the last year's model.
Right. You're going to get that tab for $100, but like you said, it's last year. But people I don't know what it is. I think it's the equating. People will do anything for a deal to save a buck, man. And it comes down to, I'll beat your ass to save a couple bucks.
Crazy to me.
I will run your family down in Walmart to save $15 on that Barbie for my kid. Like, it's crazy. And then I see it even more like as an adult, because like clearly you can see everything around me. I love collecting shit. You see this as an adult, man, full grown adults running in, and they might not even be buying shit for their kid. They may be buying this for themselves to scalp. And so it's just crazy what people will do when they see a deal, Now it's gotten a lot easier. Because now they're doing everything online. Nobody wants those lawsuits anymore. Nobody wants the headache that comes with a Black Friday of having to staff a whole store for 10 extra hours and then
like
pay
Best
the
Buy.
overtime.
Remember you had Best Buy, you had Circuit City.
Oh, Circuit City was horrible. Even like Walmart before they became super Walmarts back in the day were bad. Targets weren't as bad. I remember like Toys R Us's were god-awful.
Toys R Us
was rough, man.
That was like World War III.
Yeah, because like, let's be honest, everything there, it's not like you were getting stuff for your wife. Everybody there was getting those bikes, everything for their kids. And so I remember there was a Toys R Us in Palm Desert where we grew up, and we went there for the Black Friday after Thanksgiving. And during our shopping, there was 2 guys running around shooting at each other.
Yeah.
2 gang members from the same city from different cliques ended up taking their kids there because bicycles and toys. And they ended up running around shooting each other. They ended up, ending each other's lives. But I remember we ended up staying at that Toys R Us for like 10 hours, having to, like, everybody was being, like, investigated and having a report. and
Yeah.
a witness statement put
Yeah.
on. And so it was crazy. So after that, I was like, I'm cool on ever going there again, like going to like Black Fridays. So personally for me, I actually kind of like the idea that they're all just going the realm of like online and digital and pre-Black Friday. Just get what you need now. It's more convenient, but there is a part of me that misses the adventure, the
Yeah.
journey that was Black Friday. What
Yeah.
could happen here?
Yeah.
You know?
The chaos.
Mm.
What do you do?
Right.
All right. Well,
And then-
let's wrap this up, buddy.
Right. And you know what? So guys, from Jeff and myself here, we have been here just since September. We've been doing this stuff with you, and we just want to say thank you. We're very grateful and just very humble to have everybody that's been following us and watching our journey. And as we continue going forward, Jeff and myself just want to continue putting out an amazing product for all of you. And again, like, we're just really appreciative and thankful to have everybody here. We hope all of you have an amazing 2024 and a kick-ass 2025. And just remember, be grateful for what you have. And Luffy said it once before. It's not what you're missing, it's what you still have in your life. So count everything, all your blessings, everybody around you, your friends and your family. And from Jeff and myself, just like every time, just be good, be rad, and be 90s, fam.
Love it.
It's turkey time, oh gobble gobble, to the table we all hobble, past that dish.